Okay, we are live, 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 live. All right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Um, Hi, Dabilola. I know that our community members are so pumped up to join. Yeah. Hi, Damilola. Yeah, I'm so glad to have you here as well. Hi, Richard. I'm also glad to have you here. Good evening, everybody. I'm also aware that we have a lot of persons joining us from different part of the world. So I would say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on wherever you're joining us from. And I'm really, really excited to have every one of us right on this session. All right, I can't wait to delve right into the Q&A session. But before then, I would like to specially welcome our guest speakers, or let me say our facilitators, Mr. Mika Adaramola and Mr. Oluwashim Adebayo. I want to say thank you so much for joining us for this session, and to all of our community members and everybody that will be joining us or watching us live for this session. I want to say thank you very much for your time. Thank you for joining. I promise it's really going to be an exciting session. We are going to unpack a whole lot of things, a whole lot of stuffs about cybersecurity. Just like we have the theme on the flyer, it says demystifying cybersecurity, right? We are going to share real time insights, and that's why we have this amazing guest speakers. And for our community members, they can reckon with me that for all of the past sessions we have done, we've always been having guest speaker, one speaker. But this cybersecurity, I mean, yeah, cybersecurity everywhere, everywhere. So that's to bring in two amazing guest speakers who are doing amazingly well, amazingly well. So before we dive right into it, because we have a whole lot, right, and I wouldn't want us to waste so much time, so I will just do a bit of introduction about myself, and then I would also love our community members watching us to introduce themselves. So my name is Adiola, and I'm joining somewhere from somewhere from Nigeria. Yeah. So hi Damilola, hi Richard. I would also love to know where you're tuning in from. Tell me your name and your location. Yeah. So Richard is saying, I don't know if facilitators can see the comment section. Someone Richard is saying, "Hi, Mr. Mika and Olua Show. It's pleasure to be hearing from you too." Yes, I'm also sure that they are very excited to
Sorry,
also hear from you.
I can't see the comment section.
Okay. Hi, Damilola, joining in from Lagos, Nigeria. It's so good to have you here. So yeah, I'm joining in from Kwara State, Nigeria. It will also be nice to hear from you where you're joining in from. Hi, Damilola. Thank you very much for joining. We have a lot of Lagos people on the call, so Richard is also joining in from Lagos. Thank you so much for taking our time to join this session. So right before I bring on board our amazing guest speakers, I would like to read their bios. Of course, you would also hear from them, but before then, I would love to read their bio so that you can have a clue to who they are, right? So I will start with Oluwaseun Adebayo. Oluwaseun Adebayo is a dedicated professional with a background in computer science and a strong passion for cybersecurity. He is a cybersecurity enthusiast with foundational expertise in security analysis, incident response, and penetration testing. He holds certification in EG learning, junior penetration testing, then Compact TIA security, and ISC2 certified in cybersecurity. He also has gained hands-on experience through practical labs and simulations involving network security, vulnerability assessment, and threat detection. With a commitment to continuous growth, he regularly explores industry standard tools and techniques to stay updated and contribute meaningfully to advancing cybersecurity resilience efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Oluwaseun Adebayo. Hi, Oluwaseun. We want to hear something from you. I would like you to greet our community members.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good
Sorry, I'm currently
evening.
in transit, so I can't really focus on my screen. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you very much, Oluwaseun. So I'll be moving on to Mr. Mika Adaramola. So let's get to know who Mr. Adaramola is. Mika Adaramola is a cybersecurity analyst and the regional director for Africa at SEX Group, where it focuses on advancing digital safety across the continent through policy, strategy, awareness, with partnership with a growing specialization in governance, risk and compliance (GRC). Mika is passionate about securing Africa's digital future. He is also the founder of Wilkespride, a youth-focused initiative that conveys the purpose conference impacting lives across communities. Over the past 6 years, Mika has gathered experience in operations, administration, and people management, all of which enrich his strategic approach to cybersecurity and leadership. Mika holds a BSc degree in psychology, a higher national diploma in agricultural and bioenvironmental engineering, and he is an ISC2 candidate with other industry recognized certifications. He is a strong voice on living a purpose-driven life and remains committed to youth empowerment, capacity development, and cyber awareness program. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. Mika Adaramola. Let us hear your voice too as well.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Michael Adaramola. I'm so glad to be with you tonight in this community. I'm so excited, and I'm sure that we're going to be having a wonderful time together. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much. Reading their bio, we can already tell that we are going to have an amazing session this evening, right? They are both experts in the cybersecurity space, gaining momentum, doing amazingly well in the space. So please kindly take a seat and and yeah, you're going to enjoy the session. And don't forget as well, if this is a live session, so if you have a question to ask, if there is anything I'm not asking them and you think you need an answer to it, please kindly drop it in the chat box or in the comment section so that I can read it out to them. But yeah, I have some of questions that we've gathered from our community members that they will be providing answer to. So I'm gonna be asking. Let's start with like the base question, the baseline question. What exactly is cybersecurity? I would actually love to hear from Oluwaseun about this, and I would also like Mr. Daramola to add to whatever Oluwaseun is saying. So, what exactly is cybersecurity, and why should everybody? Both the techie people and the non-tech people. Why should everybody care about it? Over to you, Oluwaseun.
Okay. So people think cybersecurity is all about the tech something. You don't need to be in tech to like be in cybersecurity. Anyone that has like you are entitled to a social media platform, to your credit card information, you are on a particular social media application or like anything that links with like credentials, that have to do with your like health insurance, anything at all, anything digital. Let's put it that way. Because cybersecurity is all about defending your digital assets. So why you should care is because without cybersecurity, I would say your mental health is at stake. Imagine waking up and figuring out that someone stole your identity online. It's because you didn't secure your digital presence. That's why such can happen. So cybersecurity is all about securing your digital assets. It doesn't always have to be like your personal ones. It can also do with like family members. So like phishing scams. Sorry, let's not go into other parts here. So it's not about securing your digital assets. So you have to care because if you are less concerned about it, it can affect you, or it might not affect you, but it might affect someone else that might need your expertise that way. Just like okay, your credit card now, you can't just carry your credit card and be showing it off anywhere. So you have to care about it. The fact that you're hiding it means you are securing it. It's a form of cyber security protection. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Oluwaseun, for that. So before Mr. Adaramola says something to that question, hi Damilola. You said something went wrong. We can't see or hear anything again. That should be your network. Maybe you can try to leave the YouTube page and then join back again. Yeah. All right, Mr. Daramola, would love to hear from you. What is cybersecurity and why should everybody, both tech and non-tech people, why should everybody care about it?
All right, so basically, Mr. Adebayo has mentioned some keywords that are very essential in cybersecurity. Basically, he mentioned data security, securing of your data, and the likes. But I would just want us to look at what what forms the word cybersecurity itself. They are just two words: cyber and security. And when you look at the cyber aspect, you are going to talk about digitalization, you're going to talk about technology, you're talking about data, you're going to talk about um, your information, you're talking about the architecture or your infrastructure, things that are so precious to you in the digital world. And these things are informations. He gave an example of your credit card information. That's for the financial aspect, your medical information in respect to your health status, and all of these informations are in the they are in the digital space. So if they are in the digital space, that aspect where you talk about data, information, infrastructure, um, um, the advent of technology is the cyber aspect, basically. When you're talking about security, you're talking about safety, you're talking about um, reducing of risk, ensuring that your infrastructure is safe, your data is safe, it doesn't get into the hands, it doesn't get into the hands of someone that the information should not get into. So it's a combination of two words. So basically, you can say cybersecurity is ensuring that your data, your digital assets are secured. Ensuring safety of digital assets. So that's basically what cybersecurity entails, majorly.
That's very spot on. Thank you very much, sir. The key word that I note from both of you is security, ensuring that there is that security, there is that safety for our digital assets and digital access to anything. Okay, that's very spot on. So another question, another baseline question that people are asking is, do you need to study computer science to be a cybersecurity expert? And also, do you need to know how to code before you delve right into the space of cybersecurity? Mr. Daramola, you can take that for us.
All right, so I'm even kind of excited that you asked me first, because if you've asked Mr. Debayo is a computer science graduate. I've read his bio basically, and
Yeah.
for me, my first degree I was actually in engineering, so not it has nothing to do with computer science, and even my second degree is in psychology, so it has
Technology.
nothing to do with computer science. So I guess I'm actually in a good space to actually answer that
Yeah.
question. Basically, when you look at the work environment, the workspace, majorly, or let me say education as it were. Education as it were does not necessarily necessitate that what you study is what you do eventually when you actually got into your career path. Because some people, for we that were in Nigeria, that actually got to school um, and you were given a course, not that you actually chose the course you wanted to study. I think my first ever jam I did, the first course I actually chose was, but I was not given. Though I would say that my reason for studying or wanting to study computer science as at then too was not really that I had clarity as to the things I wanted to do when it comes to career paths. Majorly, I won't say that that was the situation. That was the reality. But I knew that my first course was computer science. But eventually, I didn't study computer science, and eventually, I'm not sure I had so much love for anything computer. Basically, good. I got to learn some things in computer science at the early stage. But at one point, I would say that it doesn't necessarily what you study in school should be computer science, because in as much you can enter into the, because people do career transitioning. People transition from a particular career path
Yes,
to
to
another.
another.
If
Yeah,
you
true.
find passion, if you find love for that career path, it's an open field for you to actually find your place, and ensuring that, because definitely as a graduate of engineering, there's nothing you want to do in computer science that should be like, when I was in when I was in school, I was taught coding too. There was part of my courses that was in the aspect of coding, but they were just borrowed courses majorly. So it's not out of place when you find the passion in that part and you pursue it. Pursuing it is the major thing. So irrespective of the course you study, you can be even be surprised that most of the people that are doing great things in the world of technology today never had their first degree in computer
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
science. So it's not really easier tender for you to actually find your path in in that space, basically. But the thing that is needed is your passion. Are you ready to actually pay the price? Are you ready to actually do that rerouting and get the knowledge that is needed for your build up majorly?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's very spot on. Thank you very much, sir. It's I think it has to also do with
So
something of
Mr. Adebayo is here, so probably you can tell us further if we need to or not.
okay. Oluwaseun, over to you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so like you said, you read psychology, right?
Yeah.
So the course I started with, because I went to, can you hear me? I went to uni
Yes, yes, yes,
last
we
month,
can.
and I wanted computer science, but they gave me statistics. So I did statistics for 100 level, 400 level. And I changed my university. It was when I moved to the university I finished from. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
we
we
can, sir.
can.
Yes. So it was when I got to the university I finished from. That was 200 level. That was when I got computer science as a course. And I will not lie, I'll be completely honest. I didn't I didn't do computer science because I wanted to go into cybersecurity or anything related. The cybersecurity course on its own in my school. I didn't choose it because I didn't know that it was that interesting. Let me put it that way. Computer science in general doesn't have to be like you're a tech guru or anything. When they were teaching us about coding, everything in school, I didn't have interest in it. It was when I went for a boot camp. I went for a cybersecurity boot camp. It was just that made me understand the whole cybersecurity concept, everything. That was when I started my career in cybersecurity. I have friends that he read law. I have a friend with my lower favor on LinkedIn. She called herself cyber model. So she read was it accounting or so. So they are people from different backgrounds. They're some people that didn't even go to school. They just use resources online. And as far as they are committed to the continuous growth, I know people now, if you look at most of Dr. Eret's mentors, or mentees, let's put it that way, or confidence, they are from like places where they are not they're not like laptops and stuff that are accessible to them easily. But their commitment is what got them that opportunity to learn. So cybersecurity as a whole is not just about, oh, I'm doing cybersecurity, I'm a cybersecurity professional. You can't be a cybersecurity professional without dedicating time, sleepless nights. It's just that commitment that will keep you going. Your background doesn't necessarily matter. There are people that,
Yeah.
oh, okay, they have to pass cybersecurity, but they're not using it for anything. So that's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you very much, Oluwaseun and Mr. Daramola. That's very spot on from you both. And I think one key thing I can take out from both responses is you need to like number one, curiosity and passion. Yes, you have to be curious, and then you also need to be passionate about it. Like it has to be something that you really, really want to do. It doesn't have anything to do with what you studied in school, or even if you really studied back computer science. It doesn't have to be like that. Thank you very much. So I would like to ask Mr. Adaramola a question. So one of the things that I know is that, I mean, maybe you've not. I would like to ask. So as someone, for you now personally, that you didn't have a background in computer science or anything that is relating to computer, how long have you been in the cybersecurity space? And then can you walk us through how you started the cybersecurity journey, from maybe volunteering or intern to landing an international job opportunity? Yeah.
All right, so I actually said at the beginning of my conversation that I've always been a computer person because far back when I finished from school, I've been enrolled into a computer place where we were taught some basic things as to computer. But well, I would say that my attention towards cybersecurity as it were, it's kind of very recent, and is recent as a result of the advent of technology and the way technology is actually um, is the technology is enhancing day by day. It's something that that really calls for attention. That one needs to really give this part of knowledge a space majorly, because the truth is that when you look at so many things in our environment and communities today, you see technology changing and shaping the ideologies of things. So my keen attention and my keen focus into the world of technology. Just like what I said, I studied engineering, so I've always been in that space. But for computer science, basically cybersecurity is very recent. I can say probably less than 3 years. So, but actively building capacity, building the knowledge, building the having the honest experience, the technical experience needed to actually act as a cybersecurity analyst. Let me just say less than two
Wow.
years because I started with, there are some things I would just like to say, but in order to save a bit of the time, I believe that questions will still come that will bring a reality as to that. But the moment I actually got that space, I reached out to somebody that can actually be a mentor for me. So I just had to actually key into somebody that that has years of experience in that field. And fortunately, the person is not even a Nigerian. The person is a Denmark, is in Denmark. So I reached out to the person. I need you to mentor me. He told me A to Z of the things I needed. And I can say that probably I'm still in the B. I've not even gotten to C, basically. So I can say that my 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 attention and my interest is very recent, and I'm still at the surface level when it comes to the technicals. Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, sir. That's very spot on. So my question now is to Oluwashio. So I know that Oluwashio has grown quickly in the cybersecurity space. I don't know if you want to like share some key moves or decisions that helped you build that visibility and impact, early on. Yeah, over to you.
Sorry, sorry. Can you come again with the question?
Yeah, 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 we can. We can hear you. Can you hear me?
Come again with the question. No,
Okay, so
come again with the question. The
okay,
question.
with
Come
the
again.
question. Okay, the question is, so I know that you've grown so quickly in the cybersecurity space. So I would like you to share with us some key moves or decisions that helped you build that visibility and impact early on in the cybersecurity space. Do you get that?
Uh, yeah. Yeah. So I will start with in all honesty, we have to be completely honest. This whole cybersecurity thing, it started with when I started my final exam. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life for like after school. So then I think I will watch a video online Then this ad pop up for a group now, Go My Code, you might know it because they don't just do like cybersecurity related things, they do others also. So UI UX, cybersecurity. So I saw their cybersecurity system, and then it was like they were doing this promo, so it was very easy for me to like afford it. So I went for it. At first, I was like, I'm just doing it to like pass time, so it doesn't look as if I'm not doing anything at all. Then one thing led to another. I started becoming more curious. That was when I saw Kaliliners for the first time. The command line interface that people will see them using in movies, that they'll be like, wow, this guy is asking clinical clinical. But it's not that like what you see in movies is not what's actually happening. That one is just like a recorded whatever playing in the background. So cybersecurity for me started as okay, something I needed motivation to do. But with time it became an obsession. I won't even lie. When I started cybersecurity, there were lots of distractions. I had to delete my Snapchat, my TikTok, Instagram. I deleted everything. They will now have not installed any.
Wow.
But so now, like if you check my what is it called it, your most used app, all the type of things, you will see my most used app is LinkedIn and my Gmail because cybersecurity now it has grown up to the extent where if if you are not current, you are going to be left out. So after getting my security job certification, that was when I picked up interest in going for cybersecurity events. I was opportunity to go to the Cisco office, the head office, Cisco head at BI. So that was where I met cybersecurity professionals like Cisco Net. You might know Cisco Net. That is a Cisco D. They are network engineer for Cisco. They are marine engineer also, Mr. Olumayowa. I met him also. I met Alero, the cybersecurity consultant at Deloitte. So that was where I started meeting people. They started putting me through. So it became easier just by networking. So one thing led to another. I went for Cyberfest. That was where I met the CTO of Digital Jobs. So he was the one always like advising me on what to do, how to do it. So I went for my ISC2 certified cybersecurity exam. I told Dr. Riti, I told Confidence. So she advised me on EJPT also. So like that, from mentors and connections made from events and everything, that's what brought me to where I am right now. And in general, I don't think I have this shortcut or whatever to cybersecurity. It was just my commitment that brought me to this stage. People enter my DM and they will say, please give me your pathway, give me your what's the name of this thing? Your map, your whatever map to how you got to this stage. I'll be like, I always direct them to net account website. I'll be like, go and do introduction to cybersecurity. Then when you are done, come back and I'll advise you. So cybersecurity started from my book now, and it became more like an hobby. Now that's that's what I'm doing. I don't think there's anything I would do now that would not relate to cybersecurity. Like
Wow.
now I'm a cybersecurity consultant for digital drugs. And you know the funny thing, I entered as a copper, and the worst part is they don't like copper, they hate coppers. But because of the
Wow.
certifications and skills that I proved, that yeah, I'm able to do this, I do this.
They were able
That
to
was what
bring
got
you
me
on
to
board.
the job.
Oh wow.
Exactly. So there's no secret or shortcut. Just the mindset and commitment.
Mm. No short way or
Thank
shortcut.
you.
It is just the
Amazing.
mindset and the
Mm.
commitment.
Oh,
That's very spot on actually. And the part where you said you had to delete your TikTok, your Instagram, your I mean that part got me. It really shows that you really wanted to, learn, and you also wanted to avoid distractions because some of those things are actually distractions. It wouldn't allow you to learn more and all of that. That's very key. So I would also like to ask Mr. Daramola, So many beginners actually they wonder if they can get hired with fundamental knowledge or the basic understanding. So, from your experience, is it very possible to land a job with fundamental knowledge alone, or what are the things you need to do to land a job as someone who is just starting in the cybersecurity space?
Okay. What I would say is that, just like I think my last statement, um, when I had when I actually spoke the other time, was that I'm still at the surface when it comes to the technicals of cybersecurity. But here I am today, working with a cybersecurity organization, not just in Nigeria, but in Switzerland. You understand? So, and now, then I think I should be able to talk about how that was, how that actually came into a
Yeah,
reality,
yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Yeah. When you're talking about fundamentals of cybersecurity, definitely you have to understand what you are fighting. You have to understand your enemy. You have to understand what you have. You have to understand the values that you want to protect. You have to understand the assets that needs to be protected. You have to understand the enemies you are fighting against. So, and when you have those understanding, it makes you to position yourself and start having conversation in that regard. You have to be passionate. So one of the fundamentals that I'm going to be recommending majorly is that you have to be passionate about your newfound um, career or your newfound love. So if you're talking about the fact that you want to actually diversify into cybersecurity, or you want to actually look into that career path, you have to be passionate about it. You have to speak it. You have to think it. You have to dream it. You have to eat it. You have to know everything around you must just,
You have to
like,
live
for
the
me,
life. You have
yes,
to
you have to
live
live
the
it.
life.
Yes, you have to
Mm-hmm.
leave it. You have to, just like what Adebayo said, he has to disable his TikTok, disable his Snapchat. Those things are not relevant for his build up. So you have to do things that are relevant to where you are going to. You have to shun every form of distraction and
Distraction.
tune your focus level to where you want to actually, to the target you want to hit. And what's the target? You want to enhance and increase security, digital security. That's it. So that is the fundamentals. And one of the things you can do at the early stage is to read and read, get information. Just try to get your mind acquainted with the career path you are looking at, which is quite very, very important. And then the fundamentals is that you have to also get some certifications. There are some certifications. They are just certifications of participation, certifications of that you actually did
Of
that particular.
application.
May not
Yeah.
be the crucial certifications needed as a professional. That's if you want to actually land a big gig job today, you'll not be talking about you having let me give an example. You can just say certifications of participation for one security awareness. That does not,
Mm-hmm.
recruiters will not look at that
Yeah.
to give you a job.
Yeah.
They won't look at that to
True.
give you a job. So, like, when I checked Mr. Adebayo's profile, I realized that he has his ISC square, that's certification in cybersecurity. That means he passed. I failed my
Yeah.
own at the first
True.
at the first at the first attempt. I failed it, but I failed it because just because I was so much passionate about cybersecurity, I didn't know that I need to read some other materials that are very, very essential for the examinations. So I failed it,
Wow.
but I kept like presently I'm actually on a training for on-ends experience. So I'm doing a training presently for technical skills. You understand? Because I know that certifications are good, but more than certifications, you need to know the job. You must be able to deliver the work. Like presently now, I can do a
Mm-hmm.
lot when it comes to Cisco packet tracer stimulations and stuff like that. Virtual machines, which as I get deeper into my training, I'm getting to know more as to the technicalities. So basically, for you to actually land a job, you must be passionate about cybersecurity. You must be passionate about it. And other other skill sets like leadership can also help you. For what helped me is because I've this like I said, this is my 8 to 9 years working experience. So I'm not new when it comes to the career path. I've been out of I've been out into the market for like 8 years now or 9 years. So I've worked with organizations, I've worked in the administrative department, I've worked with people. So people operations are my key strong areas, administrations are my key strong areas, human resource are my key strong areas. So when the job I got, it was very easy for me because even when I had my interview, I made them to know that I'm still building up my technical skills, and they still said we want you. Do you understand? So
Wow.
it means that
Mm,
cybersecurity is not just about the technicalities alone. Cybersecurity is ability for you to well, cybersecurity is more of the people than the codes. Cybersecurity is
mm-hmm.
more of the people. It's more of you being able to like why do we talk about GRC, governance, risk and compliance? Ability for you to ensure compliance so that people they can come into that awareness. They can wear that hat of securing the infrastructure of an organization and being called, there's this consciousness in them as to security. That's all about cybersecurity. You see, the codes and the technicals are meant for incident response. They are meant for people at the back end that are fighting the bad guys. You understand? So for some of us that
Yeah.
are not even plenty of codes, like me now, I'm doing codes. I'm doing codes actually, but I will say that my strong point might not actually be. I might do codes for like some few time and just drop codes because I will do more. I will do far better and do well in ensuring compliance and ensuring that um, um, people are actually not going outside the the things expected of them to do in order to secure their infrastructure. So that's that basically.
I get that. Thank you very much for sharing so much insight on that. Okay.
Mr. Devan wants to say.
Yes, I see that he wants to say something. Okay. Adebayo, you can go on.
Yes, please.
Okay.
He's
I think
muted.
he's. Yeah, you can. Yeah, can you unmute yourself? Let me see if I can unmute. Yes,
Yes,
you're
yes,
unmuted now.
Can you
he's
hear me?
unmuted.
Yes, we can.
So, foundational foundational knowledge in cybersecurity, it can't land you a job per se, but it can get you internships. Then those internships, depending on how intense they are and how recognized they are, can land you an actual job. Because I've seen testimonies from software mentees, sorry. So Cyblast, there's a community called Cyblast. They do this free training for anybody that needs to that is like really, really serious about cybersecurity. They'll do free training for you. They'll give you access to unlimited resources that you can use to like train yourself and build yourself. Then at the end of the whole program, they will do like a presentation and everything. They will get you. They can give you vouchers for this big cybersecurity exam. So the internship in a way helps in landing your actual job because with those certifications you earn from those internships, now you can build yourself or rebrand yourself and put yourself out there. So internship and foundational knowledge can help build your career path in cybersecurity also. And these
Thank
internships they are
you.
very, very hard to come into. Very, very hard.
Yeah, very, very, very hard. Yeah,
Uh,
that's very true. It's not easy. Yeah, thank you very much, Oluwashio. So I would also like to direct a question to you. That so beyond the technical skills that you have, beyond the technical expertise, so what other skills? I mean, the soft skills. Now, when it comes to communication, problem solving skills. So what other skills have helped you to stand out in the cybersecurity space? Because I believe that beyond the technical aspect of it, there is also the soft skills aspect of it. So how would you say um, the soft skills have helped you?
So, when it comes to cybersecurity, naturally, I'm a very shy person. I don't like communicating with people. I prefer to stay on my own. But cybersecurity, in a way, brought me out of that shell. So
Mm-hmm,
now, any
mm-hmm.
discussion about cybersecurity, I want to be
You're
involved.
always
So
interested. Mm-hmm.
cybersecurity, I'm always interested. I always have something to say. So cybersecurity has this way of bringing you out of your shell. You might not even notice that, yeah, this is happening until you just find yourself doing it. So in terms of soft skill, I'll say your communication skill, that's like the key thing.
The
Because
key.
you don't know who to. Imagine going for a cybersecurity event and you meet the CEO of one most popular bank and you were just staring at him, you couldn't communicate about anything. That's how the opportunity is gone that way. So communication skills is the first thing. The way you present yourself also is there. So you can't
Mm-hmm.
just go to an event, you look tattered, you look you just look all over the place and you expect people to approach you. Like me now, the way I carry myself on LinkedIn, people will be like, come and mentor me, come and mentor me. I'll be like, calm down, I'm just starting also. I got into cybersecurity last year, September last year. It's not even up to a
Wow.
year. Then they want to come
Wow.
and be training them. So
Wow.
for me, it's kind of like, oh, okay, I'm still a beginner. But to them, they are just seeing what's online. They don't know like the
Mm-hmm.
actual me and
The
all I have to
background
say to
work.
the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
exact. So what I'm trying to say is the soft skill communication is like very key there. Because in cybersecurity, you don't know who is who. You can't just
Mm-hmm.
build skill. You will not put yourself out there. If you don't put yourself out there, you it's not even you might you will miss it because it's very hard to get jobs just by applying.
Mm-hmm.
Once you build the
True.
connections, the network, they will refer you. You don't need to like say I can do this. Once they see your profile, once they see that yes, once they've interacted with you, they will refer you. They'll be like, yeah, I have
Mm-hmm.
someone that can do this. I have someone that can do this. So very key skill is that networking skill.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So communication is like one key thing, and I think that's even the major skills that we all need to like work on, right? Yeah, like the communication part of it is very important. I don't know, Mr. Daramola, do you want to say something?
Yeah. He has mentioned that has been my standpoint basically. That you have to be able to communicate what you are doing, communicate your passion, and
Mm-hmm. I think Mr.
right. So,
Daramola. Okay.
yes, getting all on-end experience needed to ensure delivery, delivery as to things needed whether you are a GRC analyst, a SOC analyst, incident response, a forensic person, irrespective. Just make sure you have the knowledge and you have the you have the platform to communicate.
Mm-hmm. 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 So I think Mr. Daramola's network is a bit shaky. Uh, Oluwaseun, can you still hear me? Let me know it's not my
Is your
network.
LinkedIn. You can.
Network.
I can.
Mr. Daramola, I don't know. I think your network is a bit
Yes. Sorry for
shaky.
that break in transmission. So communication, and you can use the social platforms like LinkedIn to do a lot of your communications. Um, you can make use of Notion and all some other platforms like that to communicate what you can do, communicate your expertise. And I would say for those that are just starting in the world of cybersecurity, one of the things we are doing in this platform now is to simplify cybersecurity. People when they hear the word cybersecurity, they think it is something that is that is in the air that is difficult to
Very,
catch.
very ambiguous.
In fact, Mr. Debayo is there. I can say that for me that just came into the field, I feel it's just all about securing your infrastructure and how
Yeah,
should you,
true.
how do you do that as an organization? Ensure that the people in the organization are aware of the potential threats that are that can actually get them that can get critical information into the hands of hackers. Educate them on strategies they use. That's for those that are not in the cybersecurity space. Then for those that are the technical guys in an organization when it comes to cybersecurity, they understand the technicalities. When there is an exploit, when there is a threat, when the system is already hacked, what are the things they need to do to ensure that they retrieve back the information and none of the information is lost. So this
Mm-hmm.
all of these are so those are the technical aspects. So you want to go into the technical aspects, fine. Then if you want to come to the aspect of the GRC, which is governance, risk, and compliance, you have to understand the implementations. What are the things you need to do to implement this, to ensure this and that, to ensure that even when there is an attack, the risk is the impact of the attack is very very minimal. So these are things that actually encapsulate cybersecurity. Is kind of is wide in its own world too. Cybersecurity is wide in its world. It's very wide.
Mm-hmm.
It's very broad, and that's why
Mm-hmm.
you cannot be a jack of all trades in cybersecurity. You have to choose a specification. You have to choose an area you want to
Yeah.
actually build your mastery and your technicals on. Then even if you now want to jump on other ones, you'll have known this well, then you can do all of those ones. Then
Mm-hmm.
I think at that point you can now become a chief security officer. If by the time you know
Mm-hmm.
so much as to the the cyber security framework, basically.
Yeah, yeah, that's very spot on. And I'm gonna like ask you a question from what you said last. So there is this question that from one of our community members that says, so cybersecurity is a very wild field, just like you have said it now. It's very wide, right? So the person is asking, how can a beginner figure out which niche that is it ethical arcane, is it network security, is it digital forensic, etc. Which one? How can they know which one is right for them to start with? I would like you
Yes.
to answer, Mr.
So so
David.
so clarity as to knowing which of which is which and which one you should go into, I think will be in the process. It's going to be in the process. It's going to be in the process because in the process of you launching yourself, becoming acquaintance into getting more knowledge into the world of cybersecurity, there's this understanding as to that word that is installed in you, and by that time you start putting things together to realize that okay, these are areas I can function better. These are areas I really want to express myself, basically. So do you understand that? Because when you're talking about like most times at the beginning, it might be very difficult for you to say this is the area. Like let me give myself as an example. Um, when I actually decided to get into the space of cybersecurity, in sincerity, I I reached out to somebody that is in Denmark that told me A to Z as to cybersecurity, at least to the extent of the knowledge that he knows, and that really helped me. But I didn't still get to know what I'm doing presently, which is GLC. I didn't get to know it from his conversation. So it was when I launched into it, started learning the things he asked me to
You
learn,
found it.
was undergoing training. That's where I knew that okay, there's this aspect of cybersecurity that is that talks about governance, risk, and compliance, which might not really be so much of technical, but the technicals is very very important so that the technical guys will not just be telling you the jargons without you understanding as a GRC analyst. So you too, you have to
Yeah.
you need to put your hands on the technical skills, know them, eat them, become it. Then if you are now in the GRC, it will be easier for you to actually communicate that no, this is not how it's supposed to be done. This is
this is when you do this and this, you get this result. So I will advise, or I will recommend that at first let the passion be there, launch into the deep, and as time goes on in the process, you will get to
You
know
find the one
which
that
one
interests
you
you.
want to actually build mastery in, or
Hmm.
you want to concentrate in, basically.
Thank you very much. Oluwaseun, do you want to say something to that as well? I think he's muted. Oluwaseun, do you want to say something to that? Hi, Oluwaseun, can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, I
Yes.
can.
Yeah, I asked a question earlier that how can a beginner know a niche to delve right into or start with? Is it ethical hacking? Is it network security? Is it digital forensic? How can a beginner know which aspect to start with or which one is right for them to do? Yeah, that was the question I asked.
So, let me use myself as an example. So initially, I didn't know that there was like a particular job title called ethical hacking or GRC or anything. I just thought once you learn cybersecurity, you will do the whole thing. So I started my own cybersecurity process by preparing for my security plus certification. So when I completed the certification, I thought, yes, I've arrived. I'm going to do the whole cybersecurity thing now. I didn't know that security plus was just entry level certification.
Wow.
So that was when I got my hands dirty. That was when it was during my boot camp. They were teaching us how to do like basic things with our system. So we used Kali Linux to create. There's this thing that if you go to any website, you will see like a padlock on the website that is showing like
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yeah, true.
protected or something.
Yeah.
So the certificates that they use for those websites to keep it protected, they tell us how to generate them, how to do all type of things. That was when my interest in the technical part happened. So now I'm specialized in the BAPT part, the party people call the ACA. So I'm specialized in that part, and I also add GRC to my work because I have my ISO 27001, which is lead implementer of let's not start using all this. So it's just all about information security, just understanding it better. I also have my quality management system course that I completed. So it's just to like understand it better. And the technical part makes the non-technical part easier. Because if you understand what actually happens while securing these things, making people easier. So there are some parts of cybersecurity you don't need to learn any code. There's no coding involved, like the GRC aspect. You just have to ensure that organizations are compliant with a particular standard. There are multiple standards that organizations are meant to comply with. So there are frameworks that is going to make it easier for them to comply with all the standards also. There's the NIST framework. There are plenty organizations. There are plenty frameworks and standards that they put out to make sure organizations meet these requirements. So learning all these things and making sure other people are compliant to them is also part of cybersecurity. You are not coding anything, you are not doing anything. Ensuring the compliance in the technical aspect is also a part of cybersecurity. That's where ethical hacking comes in. That is where VAPT comes in. That's where digital forensics comes in. So there are different parts of cybersecurity. And the best way for you to determine the one that, yeah, you are going to go into is by doing it all. Like when you're just starting, do it all. with time you are just going to notice that yes, your
Find
attention
your
is diverted
interest.
from
Mm-hmm.
everything you are doing
Mm-hmm.
to a
Mm-hmm.
particular aspect of cybersecurity.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
once you notice that yes, your attention is diverted to this particular part, just so that yes, that's like your main thing there. So
Mm-hmm.
now
Mm-hmm.
once you get like enrolled in that particular aspect, just take it seriously. Take it seriously. Build on it. Build on it. Keep building on it. Take courses
Mm-hmm.
online. There are more platforms that give free courses on
Mm-hmm.
cybersecurity now. Some people are
Mm-hmm.
paying hundreds of thousands for cybersecurity, but they are free courses. There are people taking free courses and they are doing well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all
Mm-hmm.
about putting yourself out there. The slightest thing you put on LinkedIn can take you far. All I did for my LinkedIn that got me over 1,500 followers was I just posted the materials, the resources I used to prepare for my security class. And just like that, I had over 2,700 likes. I had over 300,000 impressions on just that one. So
Wow.
putting yourself out there, keep learning. You are going to find your clique.
Mm-hmm.
Cybersecurity is hard, but if you enjoy it, you won't see it as hard. Yeah, I enjoy cybersecurity. Sometimes I will be watching a particular video online on cybersecurity, then I'll flip off. The next morning I'll continue again. It's not because I was tired. It's because we have to keep. So cybersecurity is very very interesting if you put your mind to it. Then once you find your click, just forget about it. It becomes very very light for you. And then it's not all about finding your click. Once you find your click in cybersecurity, you can also lose that click if you don't keep the right connection online. Like Twitter now. Twitter is like the best place to like find real cybersecurity people because LinkedIn you can just take a tool somewhere, use it to do this and lie that yeah I did it. But on Twitter you see them. Some people don't even use their face, they will just want people to know, yeah, I do this.
Mm-hmm.
So
True.
just find your click, find the right connections, and keep working. Just look for someone that is in that click that you like, that you can like grow with. Let me put it that way. So the person will like tell you, yeah. So have you tried this? Have you tried that? So that way the click won't fade. You will keep building.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
you look for someone in that field, you build together, you advise, you put it. People always enjoy when they notice that yeah, this person is actually interested in something. And I will put it through and you will be happy with yourself that yeah, I'm putting this person and this person is actually interested in that type of thing. So cybersecurity is all about looking for your peak, having someone to put you through. Because if you want to start all these things by yourself, there are people there that have gone through all these things, which makes it easier for you. So
Mm-hmm.
if you can see someone that yeah, the person is going to train you for free and you will gain the same knowledge that you are meant to use like 3 years, 5 years to gain, why not just invest your time in that, grow with this person and do all that? Because if you do it on your own, in the next 3 to 4 months, you might
You
not
will get
even be
tired.
cybersecurity.
You will get tired
Yeah,
and overwhelmed. True.
you might have
True.
moved your focus from cybersecurity to another thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's all about looking for your click and looking for the right connection. That's all.
Yeah, I thank you very much, Oluwashio. I think you sort of like also answered the next question I wanted to ask you that says, how important is mentorship and networking in building a strong career in cybersecurity? I think you already touched on that already from your response. I don't know if Mr. Adaramola is still here, if he wants to add it into that. Um, yeah, I don't know if you want to share how important mentorship and networking is in building a very strong career in cybersecurity. Oluwaseun touched
So,
on it.
mentorship and networking cannot
Networking.
be overemphasized
Mm-hmm.
because how far can you go without someone actually showing you the way to do it, how to do it, when to do it, where to do it, and these are things that really really helps. I've actually mentioned the fact that when I actually decided to dive into the world of cybersecurity, I reached out to somebody, not one, not two, not three, not four. I reached out to several people and they gave me a guideline. They gave me guideline on, okay, what are the things to do. I was vulnerable to them that I don't have a background in computer science. Can I still do I still have a future in it? Do I still have a space in it? And they told me yes. So one of the things mentors would do for you is that they will make the they will make they will create the roadmap for you. And if you are very smart to follow that roadmap, you are guaranteed of success. And also for networking, you can't do without networking, because there is somebody somewhere that is somewhere that you cannot meet until when you meet somebody somewhere that will lead you to that person. So networking is very, very important. You have to volunteer in places where cybersecurity conferences, events are being held. Meet people, connect with them, share contacts, tell them your tell them areas you are very good at. Have conversations with them. Even after the whole meetup, try to do a follow up. So networking is very, very essential. Just like this word I would say is that your network is your network. So also how much of people in that field that you know will determine so much of information. Like on my LinkedIn now, I have lots of people, a lot of connections that are in the cybersecurity space. The moment I see that you are in that space, I don't hesitate to actually send you a connection request, because I want to be able to learn more from those connections and also uh, become more deep in my own experience. So mentorship and networking are very, very crucial in your cybersecurity journey. So if you are here tonight, you want to be successful in that part. You probably you've not even heard about it before, or you've been hearing about it and it's been looking like something that is over the edge. I can tell you that cybersecurity is just like you being an HR person. It's just like choosing any other career path. That's just the truth.
Mhm. Mhm.
Cybersecurity is just like just being a translator, a French translator. If you don't know it, if you don't know it. If you don't have the
No,
passion
you.
for it, you can't try there. Not even in the world of tech presently. If you don't really have so much passion that people can see that this person some of my people that I told about that I wanted to do a career transition into cybersecurity. I am sure today they are surprised at the
Mhm.
at the
At the
at
level
the
of
growth.
growth.
Yes,
Mhm.
they are very
Mhm.
surprised. And some of them that knows me will not be very surprised, because they know that when I decide that I want to actually do this, I give it all it takes to ensure that. So
Mhm.
I ensure I bury myself to learn from people that have gone ahead of me. Like Mr. Adebayo is here presently. He might have a lot of knowledge in respect to technicals than I do. I might even have to reach out even after the event and say that share me things that will help me to get one or two things, know this more better, and also network with people that will make your knowledge in that field much more deeper. And I think
Expanded.
that's
Mhm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you very much, Oluwaseun and Mr. Daramola. Thank you very much. That was very spot on from you both. So this question is for both of you. I would love Mr. Daramola to go first in answering it. So our community member is asking that are there really organizations in Nigeria? Please let me know if you can still hear me. Can we still hear
Yes,
me?
we can continue. Yes.
All right. So someone is asking that are there really organizations in Nigeria where their core function is providing cybersecurity services for other companies? And then what opportunity exists there for young people? Did you get that, sir?
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, yes. Basically, we have private organizations that are consultants. They consult for organizations, ensure the safety of their infrastructures, and they are always there to ensure that anything that has to do with security of the infrastructure of that organization, they deliver that work to them. So the organizations. Then, but if you're talking about federal organizations, well, in respect to just data, when you're talking about the aspect of data, securing the data, ensuring data security, data safety, we talk about NITDA. NITDA is is one of the organizations in that was instituted by the federal government to ensure that data are actually secured and um, um, the necessary informations that are not supposed to be. I think recently a particular company was sued, or they were given a kind of a bill because they actually breached the security framework that they ought to actually
Wow.
follow. So these are organizations that's NITDA basically. These are organizations that ensure compliance when it comes to the national security of the nation. I think recently there was a conference that was held in Abuja, which I was privileged to also be there, where we had diverse organizations that came together to ensure that we discuss national security. And one of the things that we discussed basically is to have. So I'm saying this because if you are here tonight and probably you've been having that desire to actually transition into cybersecurity, or you want to actually go into that path, I can tell you that the space is still very, very much open for you.
It's
The, the,
open
the,
and
the room
it's
is still
wide
very, very
enough.
full. Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
this year, ISC too, they actually gave an opportunity for 1 million people to actually have certification in cybersecurity free of charge. You understand?
Wow.
So it's just to let us understand that the space is needed. They need more people. Let me say this. They need more security guards. They need more security
They need
more
more
security
police
personnel.
or soldiers.
That is a security man. He's just securing data. That's all.
Yeah.
He's securing digital
Mhm.
assets.
Yeah.
Just like the
True.
security man that opens gate and close gate and ensure that
Mm-hmm.
things does not come.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's what he's doing. uh So that's it. It's as simple as that. We are security men.
Thank you very much. Oluwaseo, I would call you. I would call you. All right, over to you, Oluwaseo.
So the question is: are there cybersecurity organizations in Nigeria, and are there opportunities for young
Young
youth?
people. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll start by saying, yes, there are organizations like that in Nigeria. They, they might not be based in Nigeria, but they are in Nigeria. I don't know if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It does.
So, like an example now, Deloitte. Deloitte is not a Nigerian-based company, but their main focus is the cybersecurity aspect of security. So, it's a consulting firm. It's a I don't know if I have maybe any cybersecurity enthusiasts here. They call them the big four in cybersecurity. There's this company, they call them the big four. So
Wow.
Deloitte, EY, that's Ernest and Young, and two other companies. They call them the big four. I don't know what the big four is about, but like, they call them the big four. So they offer this yearly cybersecurity training program to like youth that are ready to learn. So all you have to do is sign up. They'll get across to you. Just like that, your journey has started in
Started.
cybersecurity. So it's not just about you signing up and the whole thing will start. You also need foundational knowledge. You don't need to know how this thing works. You don't need to know how whatever works. You just have to know that yes, this can do this can do that. Just that alone has taken you past the interview stage. Because during an interview, they can't give you a laptop and say, do this. They'll just ask
Mm-hmm,
you,
mm-hmm.
what does this do? What's this? What is that? So just that alone can put you out there as someone who is ready to like develop a skill in cybersecurity. Like in my organization where I work now, we we are not based in Nigeria also, though we have a branch in Nigeria. We have in Rwanda, Kenya, Ghana. So we also do this. We call it graduate trainee. It's a program where if you are done with school, like you are done with your youth service, you must be done with your youth service before you can
Mm-hmm.
come for this training. So they will assess you. You go through three different. interview stages. Then after that, you come to the office. They will give you there's something we call PMO, project manager. So you are going to work hand in hand with someone. That way, you are going to start building yourself with real life experience.
Real life experience.
So that's a form of opportunity for someone who is just starting because I don't know why I keep going back to Dr. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We can hear you now. We stopped hearing you for a while.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. So
Okay.
I was talking about Dr. Ireti. So Dr. Ireti's career started as digital jewels. Let me put it that way. And now she's a
Oh,
lecturer in one university in Netherlands. She teaches cybersecurity there. She has a PhD in
wow.
cybersecurity.
Wow.
So that is a form of opportunity to somebody. So all I'm saying is, yes, there are actual companies that are ready to help those people who are ready to learn. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So before you don't unmute yet, don't unmute yet, Oluwaseo. So second to the last question that I would ask you, I know that you are just getting to start, or would I even say getting to start, because you said it's not up to a year that you dive right into the cybersecurity space. So I would like to ask that if you were starting again today with the knowledge that you now have, what would you do differently? That's the question. Can you hear me? Or did you get that question? Okay, I think he's on the call. So I don't know, Mr. Adaramola, do you want to speak to that? That's our second to the last
Uh,
question we have done.
okay, so what I would like to do differently, well, will I say from when I started my career path in cybersecurity, or from when I have not started a career at all. I would
Any.
like, yeah. So well, let me start from where if I've not started a career at all, what I would love to do differently is that I would have loved to um, get into this space early enough as a young child,
Mm.
early enough, probably my 13th, my 12th, in my
Wow.
I will have
As
a lot
early as that.
as
As
yes,
early as
yes.
that.
I as a person, I'm
Okay.
an advocate for of young people starting early when it comes to their career path or any path they choose in life. I do that a lot, and that's one of the things the organization I founded do. We bring clarity into young people's mind as to areas they can actually launch into early enough in their life so that they can focus on that aspect. By the time they are getting to the 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 early 20s, late 20s, they've built mastery in that line of art already. So they are not just like me now. I'm just diversifying into cybersecurity even after I've done about 2 degrees. Do you understand? Just imagine that is in the days of my early days, I've been doing a lot in the world of in the world of computer and security. Some of the things talking about in respect to technicals still being at the surface would not have been. You understand? So I would have loved to have this information early, and having someone to actually launch me and ensuring that I bury myself into this, because the truth is that, let me say this, and I know you said there's still one more question. The advent of technology, and the more technology advances, the more security personnel, the more cybersecurity analysts will be needed. The more technology becomes more opened up, the more we need security. Of the truth, the advent of AI too is bringing a lot in respect to AI getting some things done. But the truth is that just know that the more technology blossoms, the more security will be needed. So and that puts that actually puts any security analyst or anyone in that space, that puts them in the spotlight, basically.
Thank you very much, Mr. Daramola. Oluwashio, I don't know if you want to say something to that. Did
Yes,
you get the
yes,
question,
yes.
or do you want me to repeat it?
Yes, I think I get the question. The question is
Okay.
about what you are going to do differently if you are
Yeah.
starting.
Yeah. If you are
Okay.
starting again today with the knowledge that you know or that you have
Oh, with
now,
the knowledge I
what
have now.
what would you do differently?
Okay. So, uh, wait, let's put it as okay, I'm starting again, like in
Okay, yeah,
general.
you are starting afresh, like from scratch one.
Okay, let's put it that way. So, I would say I started putting myself out there late because there are some projects I've done and I didn't put it out there. They are just on my system, and till now I've not done anything like reasonable with them. So like I didn't put myself out there early, and there were cybersecurity events where I could have gone to, that I could have attended. I could have like, yeah, I know I would have met a few professionals there that could like pull me through, make my path easier. So I started the whole thing on my own. I didn't put myself out there. So I'll start by putting myself out there. I also network, attend conference. Even though I didn't have like the whole cyber security knowledge, they know how they'll surely talk about something I know. I'll also be able to like drop some valuable information. So I think if I'm going to start from the beginning, I'm going to network a lot because there are some people in cybersecurity, they might not know what they are talking about, but the way they will say it to you, you will be so convinced that yeah, these people are the ones that develop the whole technology thing. So I think I'm going to like put myself out there, network a lot, meet people, let them know what I can do, let them know what I can, look for a way to make the whole journey easier for me. Because there are people there that the exact thing I'm passing through, they've gone through it. They were looking for jobs, blah 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 blah. So they can make it easier
Hi,
for you.
Mr.
They can
Mika.
tell
Can
you,
you still hear me? I want to know if my network
yeah,
is
I can.
breaking.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can now. I can hear you now.
So there are people out there that can make your whole cybersecurity journey easier. So putting yourself out there and also attending events and programs where you can find opportunities to grow also. That would be like my main focus.
So those are the
So
things
that
you would do differently if you had to start
yes,
again.
step out there
Okay.
and to
Um,
network.
okay. Thank you very much. So to the last question, but before the last question, someone dropped a comment in the chat session or in the comment section. So the question is to Oluwaseun. So the person is asking that how can he enroll in the graduate training program in your cybersecurity firm?
Okay, so let me say this. The graduate trainee is not for entry level. Let me put it that way. It's not for entry level. But if you have like basic knowledge, you can try for it. But it's not for entry level.
Okay.
Hello,
Okay.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
So it's not
you.
it's not
Okay. So
so you need
is not
some
the graduate trainee program is not for starters. Is that what you're trying to say?
yes, yes. It's not for beginners.
Okay. Okay.
And
So to the
what
person,
I mean by not for beginners is you can't just come to the company and say, oh, okay, you want to enroll in their graduate training program, and you don't have any skill, you don't have any value that you can add to the company
mm-hmm,
itself.
mm-hmm,
That is
mm-hmm.
what I mean by not for entry level. So you need like basic like knowledge. Like this guy said, he said ISISO um ISISO that they are training 1 million people in cybersecurity. You can also take the ISISO certified in cybersecurity exam that I have. So it's for free. They are not they're not collecting money for it. For free. Your examination is going to be physical. You go to your center, write the exam. If you pass, they will give you what would I call it? Your printout that you pass. You can post it online. You can. There are some people that they they started their whole cybersecurity career from ISC to of also putting yourself there. And it's a beginner certification, entry level certification. So if you have that, it shows that yes, you have like foundational knowledge in
Knowledge.
cybersecurity terms. It doesn't show that you have technical skills. It shows that you have the knowledge of like cybersecurity terms. If people are talking about cybersecurity, you'll be able to understand and you'll be able to also bring value. So
Something to it.
it's not entry level training. So you need to bring
Um,
value and add
mhm.
value too.
Okay, so let me assume that the person that is asking this question has the basic understanding or the basic knowledge. So how can the person apply? Is there like a website to go? Is there like
Yes,
anything to do? Okay.
there's a website. You can go to digital dot net. You just go
Okay,
to the career
digital
digital
dwell
jewel.
dwell
Yes,
dot net. Okay.
dot net. So
Okay.
you are going to see a career section there. So if you click on it,
Mm-hmm.
you are going to see the graduate training program.
The
So you just
graduate training
enroll.
program.
Yes, you just enroll. They will ask you for a few things to submit, just to like prove your point. Because you can't just enroll with your name or anything. They will ask for certification.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I said
Mm-hmm.
it's not for beginners. But if you have your ISC too, you can submit it there, and maybe your CV is very convincing. They can also accept it. So
Okay.
it's not limited to just certification. If
Okay.
your CV
Okay.
shows that yeah, you are like really into this type of thing and you are someone of value, I don't see why not they will not accept you there. But digitaldrills.net if you want to
Okay.
buy a lot.
Thank you, Oluwaseun. So to Francis, I hope that you got the answer to your question. Just to recap, you mentioned that it is not for beginners, like it is not for someone who is just starting. You must have something to bring to the table. You must have a value to add to the organization. Also, of course, the certificate. But beyond the certificate, of course, you must have a value to add. So now to the last question. This is for both speakers. Um, I would like to ask what's the future of cybersecurity in the next 5, 10 years? What is the future of cybersecurity? What would cybersecurity be looking like in the next 5 to 10 years? Mr. Daramola, let me hear from you first. Then we can have Oluwashio.
All right, so I think I've actually said that in my last.
Mr. Oluwashio, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear
I
you.
think
I can
Mr.
hear you.
Adaramola's network is a bit shaky. Oluwashio, do you want to answer while Mr. Daramola tries to connect back?
I can actually hear you.
Okay, I wasn't hearing you. Okay, you can go on, sir.
Okay. Okay, so as I said that I've actually made mention of that in my last conversation that the more technology advances, the more cybersecurity also will advance. That's um, things, tools to actually mitigate against threats will also advance. And I also mentioned that the advent of artificial intelligence is actually bringing um, a lot of things also in the cybersecurity is touching everywhere basically. So for those in this space also are they are getting themselves kitted into the use of artificial intelligence to also guide against threats and all of those things. But basically, technology will not stop to advance, and the more technology advances, the more cybersecurity space to advance. So that means the tools will advance, the the environment will advance, the framework will advance, everything around it will also keep advancing, basically. So I think cybersecurity rides on the advancing of technology generally. So that's
Okay.
so that's that.
Thank you very much, sir. It's right on the advances of technology. Oluwaseun, do you want to say something to that? In the next 5 to 10 years, where do you see cybersecurity? What's the future like? What's the future like? I don't, Oluwaseun, we can't hear you. Is he hearing me? Hi, Oluwaseun. We cannot hear you. Is he hearing me? I'm not even sure he's hearing me. Hi, Oluwaseun. Hi. Well, I think and I can't unmute him from here because he chose to mute himself. Okay.
Are you
Can
talking
you?
to me?
Yes, I've been calling your name.
Oh,
Yeah. So I was asking that what's the future of cybersecurity in the next 5 to 10 years? What would cybersecurity look like? Where do you see it going? Yeah, that was the question.
okay. So, um, before answering that question, when I went for the cybersecurity event, then there was this man that brought a statistics report on the type of job people are going to like the type of job that is going to be very common in the next 5 years. So the top 10 jobs, the number three was the one that shocked me the most. So the number three was delivery man. Like that is the number three job that is going to be like very popular in 5 years time. Then the number one was what was it? I think it was customer something, because now everybody is doing nobody wants to go and work at work, so they want to like be working from home and everything. Then from number two to number 10 is cybersecurity related.
Wow.
So and the number two, I think number two was AI engineer. So the future of cybersecurity is tilting towards cloud engineering and
Mm-hmm.
AI engineering.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say AI is going to steal your job. AI will make your job easier, but
Mm-hmm.
there's some things with that there's some things that AI can do better than you. So in a way, it stole your job, but in a way also it made it easier for you. So
Mm-hmm.
one thing I would say is if it depends totally on what you know, you might you might be lacking. So you might actually lose your job to AI. Because imagine like 20 years ago, most people didn't know how to use computers. They didn't know how to like type efficiently, do all those type of things. They will go to cyber cafes to get all the things done for them. Now, those people that have cyber cafes, they barely get the amount of money they used to make like 20 years ago because they were like dependent on that only source of income. They like relented. They were resting. They were just enjoying the money. They were not looking for a way to like grow. It's just like with cybersecurity also. If you just learn a skill in cybersecurity and you are depending on that particular skill to like be your source of income for your lifetime, it doesn't work that way. You have to keep learning. Like me, I started my learning with ethical hacking. Now I'm going to into API pen testing. I'm going into web pen testing. I'm going into networks. I'm going into all aspects of pen testing in relation to cybersecurity. So it's not all about okay, this is what I know, and I'm going to stick with just that. You have to spread your knowledge. The future of cybersecurity is tilting towards cloud engineering, and AI, machine learning. So if you have knowledge in AI just like that, you need to start.
I think he dropped off. Hi, Mr. Daramola. Can you see me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So I think Oluwaseun dropped off. So we're actually done with the session. Very, very, very much for sharing such invaluable insight with us. Thank
You're welcome.
you in the session. Mr. Adaramola, we really appreciate your time and we can't thank you enough.
You're welcome.
So you can actually drop off the meeting while I'll just do a bit of roundup here. Thank you very much. So someone that, and do you also get certification? Yes, you would get the IBM Skills Build. So through this partnership with IT Experience, you would get to learn different courses. We have data analytics, we have cybersecurity, we have IT support, we have IT automation with Python, we have project management. We have a whole lot of courses, about 7, yeah, that you can register and you would get a certificate. Yeah, we have partnership with Coursera as well. We have partnership with IBM Skill Build platform. So you would get these certificates once you complete your cybersecurity course. Yeah. So I want to say thank you to everyone that joined. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for participating. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your likes, for your questions. Thank you so, so, so much. I really, really appreciate. And I hope that you are living with some practical tips, some practical insight, some practical knowledge, and a clearer picture of how you can begin your journey in cybersecurity. Thank you very, very, very much for staying up until this time. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like this video, and share with your friends. Because staying safe online is actually something we all need to learn together. And until next time, stay safe and stay curious. Thank you so much. Bye.